I hope that people would say that, this was a good person. This was somebody who treated people the right way with dignity and respect.
A candid conversation with the outgoing Albany Police Chief Eric Hawkins in his remaining days here. I sat down with him one-on-one today to talk about crime in the city. We also discussed why he feels the Albany Police Department is highly scrutinized. Also his most challenging moment and his proudest moment in his 6 years as police chief.
You said that Albany Police is one of the most highly scrutinized departments in the region, possibly even the country.
If something happens here, it's going to get a level of attention that it may not get in some other cities that are nearby us. The fact of the matter is, we're watched.
It comes
with the territory.
And it's something Eric Hawkins says he knew when he took the job of Albany Police Chief back in 2018.
To the best of my ability, so help me God. Thank you. It's a political town. And so everything that happens, in this police department is highly scrutinized.
Eric Hawkins is leaving December 1st for a job as a police commissioner in Michigan, the state where he's originally from and where he started his career in law enforcement. He's the longest serving Albany Police Chief in 4 decades, leading this department for the past 6 years. During the pandemic, the anti-police rhetoric in the aftermath of the killing of George Floyd, which coincided with a spike in crime here in the capital city. For the past couple of years, it was publicly known the chief had explored other job offers.
What would you say to people who have questioned if you wanted to stay that long, given the fact that there were these other opportunities that you were entertaining over the years?
I absolutely had other opportunities. And I had some opportunities that weren't publicized. Opportunities were there, and I wanted to be here. I wanted to serve as long as I did.
What's one of your proudest moments as chief here?
Watching how this department has evolved from a community policing perspective. There was some dark times. I was so proud to see this department emerge from that darkness that we had in 2020 to a point now where we're, I think, a model for police departments across this country on how to engage with the community.
Our conversation with Chief Hawkins continues at 5:30, where we talk about crime in the city and is Albany safer now than it was when he took over as chief 6 years ago. And then at 6 o'clock, his most challenging moment as chief, how that impacted him professionally and personally.
The Albany Police Department will have a brand new leader. Chief Eric Hawkins is departing for a new job. He's leaving after just 6 years at the department's top cop.
Sabrina Dami sat down with Chief Hawkins one-on-one today and continues her conversation with the outgoing chief right now with the focus on crime in the city. Sabrina.
Hey, Rachel and Steve. Crime and safety, of course, are the biggest topics for the leader of any police department. The outgoing police chief, the longest serving Albany chief in 4 decades, had a lot to say today about crime numbers and if the city is safer now than when he took this job in 2018. When it comes to homicides, so far this year, there have been 12 homicides in the city of Albany. Chief Hawkins says year to date, homicides are actually down 33%. But over the last 4 to 5 years, the number of homicides has stayed steady. The chief says major crimes are down. However, shootings are up. Still, despite the numbers trending in the right direction, do people feel safe in the city of Albany?
Crime stats are always a tricky topic.
Yeah.
So how can you explain that to viewers? How can you explain what that means and the safety component maybe that comes with that?
You're right. It's tricky when we're talking about data and numbers and metrics. Despite what numbers say, if people feel fearful and then there's a perception of crime, then we still have a lot of work to do.
Would you say that the city is safer now than when you arrived 6 years ago?
100%. We've preserved everything that was in place in 2018. We've adjusted to some of the external things that have happened in our environment, and we've enhanced it.
Well, coming up at 6 o'clock, Chief Hawkins shares what he says was his most challenging moment during his time here in Albany. Steve and Rachel.
Sabrina, thank you.
By far, that episode here was the most challenging for me professionally and personally.
Albany's outgoing police chief in his remaining days on the job, speaking with me one-on-one today. You heard the chief during our 4 o'clock newscast talking about his proudest moments here. Then at 5 o'clock, talking about crime in the city. And right now, new at 6, Chief Eric Hawkins shares what he says was his most challenging time while leading the Albany Police Department. This is what Albany's outgoing police chief says was the most challenging time for him. The encampment outside Albany's South Station in April of 2021.
It really took a lot out of me, during that period of time. Very difficult time for me. And, I had to make some decisions that were unpopular.
For 8 days, demonstrators set up and refused to move from this spot on Arch Street in the city. It ended April 22nd when Albany police officers forcibly removed protesters and took the encampment apart.
Would you have changed how the department handled that at that time in any way?
No, not with the information I had, not at all. 100% feel that the decisions I made were appropriate and they were reasonable.
You say it took a toll on you personally.
Yeah.
Can you share a little bit more about that?
Because I had a lot of good people who did not see it like I saw it.
Chief Eric Hawkins says that challenging time made him a better chief.
And I think it helped us get to a point where we are right now, where we're in a much better space.
Hawkins is the city's 25th police chief. When he took this role in 2018, APD was down 38 officers. Now, 6 years later, they're down 75 officers. That's about 20% of the department.
One of the things that I think I could have done better during my time here is really explaining to the people of this community the impact of being that short. It's physically impossible to have this sort of physical presence that we had 20 years ago.
As for the legacy he hopes he leaves behind here.
I hope that people would say that, this was a good person. This was somebody who treated people the right way with dignity and respect.
The piping out ceremony for Chief Hawkins is tomorrow. His last day is December 1st. He begins his new job as a police commissioner in Michigan the very next day. Former Albany Chief Brendan Cox will serve as interim chief until a new leader is appointed.